In the words of Senku Ishigami, get excited. Hello everybody, it's NECA here, and welcome to my collection video. Finally, at long last, I know this one took a little bit longer than it usually does, but you guys really wanted the collection video, and I really wanted to give it to you. I've been sitting on this, waiting to reveal my beautiful collection to you guys. You can now see it. Here's the reveal. Waiting to reveal it to you and just go over everything, and it is finally time. I am finally ready to do it. I'm really excited. Had my room all cleaned up, did a shit ton of work on it. Looks fantastic in my opinion. Absolutely love the way it looks right now. Primarily, we're going to be going over my anime figure collection because I think that is definitely what a lot of people probably want to see at the moment, because that is what my content is at the moment. However, I'm going to do that first. I am also going to go over my Transformers collection because I am a massive Transformers collector. I love Transformers and I would love to show off my collection as well. However, I will leave in the description down below, I will leave timestamps to where if you want to skip, if you want to just go straight to the Transformers collection, or if you want to go to the final thing, which is going to be this shelf right here shaped like a coffin that I have a bunch of other collections on just right here. We'll go over all that as well. So if you would like to skip to any particular shelf in particular, so if you want to just see the Transformers collection, the anime figures collection, or the coffin shelf, I'm not going to go over my Blu-ray collection. That's going to be for a separate video because that would take way too long to fit that in with all of this stuff. So that will not be in here, but those will. And like I said, timestamps in the description down below if you want to just skip to one or the other. Now, we're only going to be focusing on this side of my room. However, I will quickly give you guys a quick glance of what the other side looks like, although it's not really important. It's just my bed, my TV, and I have a bunch of posters. So here is my bed. Then I have all of my posters right there. Danganronpa posters right there. Tensora. There's My Hero Academia, my Kill la Kill Scissor Blades. ReZero. We have some other little smaller prints right there. Demon Slayer. That one was a gift from my sister for Christmas. And then that's SpongeBob because I love SpongeBob. And then my entertainment center right there, listening to the ReZero soundtrack because it's my favorite soundtrack of all time. Seriously, every single opening and ending in ReZero should be in the Hall of Fame. But now let's get into what you really care about, the collection. Now, without further ado, let's get into the collection. And like I said, we are going to start off with the anime figure shelf. I recently got really fucking into anime. I used to watch one every now and then, on and off, but these days, like, I am just absolutely obsessed with anime. I have seen more masterpieces watching anime in the past fucking 5 months than I've seen in my entire life. Like, there is just so many phenomenal fucking anime out there. If you're wondering what my favorite animes of all time are, in no particular order, they are Danganronpa, Tensora, ReZero, and My Hero Academia. Those are by far my favorites. The others... At some point in the future, I do want to make a top 10 favorite anime video. I think it'd be a lot of fun, but I'm still having kind of a difficult time narrowing down to 10. Like, those 4 are definites, like 100%. I can't really see those ever leaving the list, but the other 6 are still kind of up in the air, and I'm not 100% sure about them. Some of them I'm more sure about, but some of them are also I'm not sure about, so that's why I haven't made that video yet, but I'm still planning on making it, hopefully eventually. Also, I'm sorry, but it's hot as fuck, and I need to turn my fan on. Okay, hopefully that fan noise won't be distracting, but I simply needed it. So let's jump into it. This is the anime figure shelf. I know I've already gone over it, so let's just jump into it. First up, front and center, the Pop-Up Parade, Junko Enoshima ruling over my entire collection. One of my favorite characters from my favorite anime of all time. I know I said that my favorites were in no particular order, but that is the exception. Danganronpa is 110% my favorite anime. I genuinely don't even know how to put into words how much I love Danganronpa. It is a show I could watch at literally any point in time. I basically watch the entire thing. When I watch it, I basically watch the entire thing in one sitting. It's basically a 6-hour long movie for me. I can't even remember the last time I actually stopped watching it after starting it. It is a show that I genuinely believe is absolutely flawless. I have done pretty much everything there is to do as a Danganronpa fan. I've played every single game. I have read most of the mangas, and I have watched all of the animes, and I firmly believe that it is just, in my brain, it is literally the best thing ever. The reason I say Danganronpa is the best thing ever all the time is because in my brain, I genuinely think that, and no matter how many times I watch it or play it or whatever, I never ever see those flaws that everybody likes to point out. They are just non-existent to me. In my brain, Danganronpa truly is the best thing ever, so that's why I say it all the time. I genuinely believe it. But this is my Junko Enoshima. Junko's my favorite Danganronpa character, and I just absolutely love the way this looks at the top of the collection, just like she's ruling over it. At one point, what I really want to do is I want to get a huge fucking statue statue for this shelf. My sister has a bunch of these. You can see them in her in the collection video I did on her collection, which is on my channel. I really want to get like a huge fucking statue from one of my like absolute favorite series, something from like Danganronpa or ReZero or Tensora or My Hero Academia or something like that, just on the top here, something extremely cool and extravagant and just awesome to look at, and then just have that at the top and then have all of the figures as this. But you can kind of see what I've going on here. Like I have my action figures here, my Nendoroids here, then this is kind of just a miscellaneous shelf, and this is plushies, and then that is just, at the moment, it's just being filled by Figma boxes, but at some point, there's gonna be stuff down there too. But getting back in here before I went on a tangent here, little Rimuru slime figure that came with the Figma, little Anya figure. Oh my god, dude, Spy Family is so fucking good, people. If you're not watching Spy Family, holy shit, get on it. It's fucking amazing. I actually am in love with Spy Family. I saw this Anya figure on Amazon and I absolutely had to have it. Anya's my favorite character and I genuinely adore this show. Honestly, if this show continues to be as fantastic as it has been, it might end up being in my top 10. It is that fucking good. Then we have Shigaraki from My Hero Academia, my favorite My Hero Academia character. I just absolutely adore Shigaraki. I want more figures of him, man. I want a fucking action figure of some kind of him. Shigaraki is just my boy, dude. I can't wait for season 6. Holy shit. Then I have a Makoto figure back there. That was actually a Christmas gift from a friend of mine at work. What an amazing gift, right? This awesome Makoto statue. I've seen this before, but when he got this for me, it was just an absolutely surreal fucking moment. I love this. It says Makoto Naegi, this clear little piece right here. It's awesome, and I love Makoto. Makoto is my boy. And then my final Danganronpa statue, unfortunately, well, I do have one more, but unfortunately my final one for now is my Chiaki right there, which is just absolutely fucking in-fucking-credible. I'm sorry, I had a little hiccup there. In-fucking-credible. I adore that figure in ways you could not understand. That is easily in my top 3 favorite figures. I just think it looks so awesome. I love the way it looks having Monokuma here with Jungo and then having Monami in the back there with Chiaki, and just that statue is just absolutely fucking incredible, man. I love it. And on a side note, I've got to say, I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but I genuinely think my review of this figure is actually phenomenal, and I'm extremely proud of it. So, if you haven't seen my review of this figure, in my opinion, it is actually some of my best work. So, definitely check it out if you're interested in this figure. And lastly, we have Best Konosuba Girl, one of my favorite characters of all time. We have Megumin. I love this figure. This is the Pop-Up Parade Megumin. At some point, I do definitely want to get the Figma to go on this shelf, because I'll spoil it right now, this shelf right here is my personal favorite shelf of my anime collection. But this figure is absolutely fantastic as a placeholder until I do eventually get that Figma. But it is really, really good, and Megumin is just the best. What do I even need to say about Megumin? It's Megumin. Okay, let's move on to my absolute favorite shelf of the collection, my Figma / action figure shelf, and I'm gonna turn on these lights we have up here. Ooh, fancy, right? Only for my favorite shelf. And here you have my Figma / action figure shelf. Basically, I want this to have all of the figures from my absolute favorite series on them, which is currently not what it is. Here's the deal. I have a plan to take one of these 2 shelves at some point and have basically another shelf that's going to be all of my other action figures. Like, basically, it's going to be this one right here. And you can kind of see it's already kind of starting here with Satsuki and Mako right there. Basically, I want this top shelf to be my absolute favorite series, like Tensora, ReZero, Konosuba, ReZero again, My Hero Academia. Those are the things I want to be on this shelf. And the rest of these, like Jujutsu Kaisen and Nezuko, maybe Naofumi, that one's up in the air at the moment. Those will move down to basically like my reserve action figure shelf. I want this to be the best of the best, all of my favorite series of all time. So that is how it is now. But getting into it, first up, front and center, my favorite figure on this entire shelf. My entire fucking collection, easily be between literally every single figure on this entire collection. This is my absolute favorite, the Figma Tensora Rimuru. This thing is extraordinary. I can't say it enough. If you want to know more about it, go check out my review of it. I'll warn you though. Okay, now no more shaky cam, hopefully, and the lighting should be a little bit better. So, getting back into this, like I said, this figure, man, is just an absolute masterclass. Like, I don't even know what more I need to say about this. If you want to know more about it, go check out my review of it, although I'll warn you right now, it's literally just 25 minutes straight about me gushing about how fucking amazing this figure is. Then I have the Figma Amelia, a recent addition to my collection, but I absolutely love this figure, and I love that it comes with Puck. I'm sorry about the light. There we go. Gotta give Amelia her due there. Absolutely fucking amazing, and ReZero is one of my favorite things, period. And then we have Ryuko here, my very first Figma I ever got, and still one of my absolute favorites. This is another one that will definitely stay on this shelf throughout the ages, because even though Kill la Kill is not one of my favorite animes anymore, at one point it was. At one point it definitely was. This character is still easily in my top 5 of all time. I just adore Ryuko so very much. And then I have Jujutsu Kaisen. We have the SH Figure Arts Gojo. Amazing figure. Love this. This one will probably go to my reserve shelf eventually, because while I do really like Jujutsu Kaisen, it's not one of my favorites. And like I said, I want this to be my favorite. So Rimuru and Ryuko, like the ones that are definitely going to be staying here. Rimuru, Ryuko, like Aqua, although probably I'm going to put Megumin up here, and Aqua will probably go to the reserve shelf. And I'm probably also going to do the same thing with my ReZeros. I'll probably leave Rem up here and then put Amelia on the reserve shelf, because I kind of just want to have like one representation from like all of my favorite shows, which is still like going on, because I still haven't decided what my favorite shows are. Like quite a few of these are still quite up in the air. But getting back into it, Rem, another one of my absolute favorite Figmas. This one really, really blew my mind when I got it. I apologize for the lighting. Lighting seems to be a really common issue with my videos, huh? Why do you people watch me again? Anyway, yeah, this Rem figure is absolutely fucking phenomenal. If you love Rem, if you want a Rem figure, there's literally a gajillion and 5 fucking options out there, but this Figma is quite amazing, and I can definitely give it my recommendation. Nezuko, oh man, this one will definitely be going to the reserve shelf. Probably next, honestly. She will probably be the next one to go to the reserve shelf, because 2 things. I'm not that big of a Demon Slayer fan. I think Demon Slayer is really good, but it's not one of my favorite series of all time, and I honestly think, I'm just really burnt out on it. And I gotta be honest, man, this is easily the least fun Figma. I'll just bring it in here. This is easily the least fun Figma I have. It looks great, but messing with this figure is a pain in the ass, and she just constantly falls off the shelf. Seriously, like I know I should probably put her on the stand to avoid that, but literally if you just give this like one teeny tiny little fucking tap, she just falls right off. Okay, bad example. You just have to take my word for it. If I had $1 for every time this fucking figure has fallen over on me, I'd probably have enough money to buy a DSLR. Okay. Now Fumi, oh man, this one breaks my fucking heart. Oh god, Shield Hero. People please, like, I know Shield Hero Season 2 sucks, I know it does, but god, we need to not forget that Shield Hero Season 1 was fucking incredible. Like, I know people shit on it endlessly now because Season 2 has been absolutely fucking atrocious, but oh my god, Season 1 is so fucking good. Like, can we at least acknowledge that Season 1 of Shield Hero, like 90% of Season 1 of Shield Hero was actually like some of the best isekai ever made, period. And if it had just stayed on that, it would have just been so much better. But oh my god, dude, I can't even hide it, man. Season 2 has just been an absolute snooze fest. Everything involving this fucking spirit tortoise shit, oh my god, I could not care less, dude. However, I've been hearing some rumors from the sub-watchers, because I'm a dub-watcher. I've been hearing some rumors from the sub-watchers that it's actually getting better, apparently. Apparently it's getting better. Apparently in like episode 6 or 7, it's starting to finally get back to its roots and starting to finally be a lot better than it at least was for a while there. So I'm hoping that will definitely be the case, because I want to say Shield Hero is one of my favorite animes of all time, because I genuinely think the first like fucking 21 episodes of it are literally like god tier, masterful, some of the best isekai you'll ever see, if not the absolute best. But I just can't, because fucking everything after that just sucks so much. But whatever, that's a fucking topic for another day. It is a good figure, but I don't love messing with it because it doesn't really pose all that well, and it's also very fiddly. A lot of pieces on it like to move. I actually super glued that chest piece in place because I was sick of it moving around everywhere. Here, I'll bring it up closer for you. It's a good Figma. I think it looks great on the shelf. I really do like the way it looks on the shelf, but just not one that I mess with all that often. And another one that, if Shield Hero Season 2 doesn't get better like the people are saying for me, then it'll probably have to go to the reserve shelf too. And then moving over here, we have my newest addition to my collection, the Figma Aqua. Well, actually not. I do have one more newer addition, but the newest one you guys know about, my Figma Aqua. God, I love this figure, man. I absolutely love this figure. Like I said before, I definitely think once I get Megumin, she will probably be the one representing it on this shelf, unless the Megumin Figma just ends up being fucking terrible, which highly doubt that will happen, but that's like the only way. But still, Aqua will definitely be staying in my collection. It'll go to the reserve shelf because that Figma is amazing. Like, seriously. really top-notch Figma. If you want to know more about it, I did just post a review of it, and I will definitely, yeah, it's a fucking amazing Figma. I love it. And Konosuba fucking rules. Please give us season 3. At the time of recording this, I have not heard the announcement yet, but I think by the time I upload this video, the announcement will have come out. So, crossing my fingers at the moment that it is for season 3. And lastly, back there, we have my amazing Yamaguchi, Deku, and Bakugo. They are together because, of course, they are. I don't really know if I'll be doing the same thing. I do kind of like the idea of maybe continuing with this instead of moving like Aqua and Amelia down to the reserve shelf. Maybe trying to do something similar that I've done here with the Deku. This is kind of an experiment, like trying to see how it looks having them both together. But I think it might be kind of cool to do this as well. Like maybe like put Amelia and Rem together, put Aqua and Megumin together. Kind of have that thing going on right there. So I don't know, I might go through with that. You know, it's my collection, I can do whatever the fuck I want, so I'll just throw that out there. But that's how I have Deku and Bakugo. Good figures, really good. I hate messing with Bakugo. He's a big pain in the ass, but still a really nice figure to look at. So yeah, but really good figures. I do really like those, and I love My Hero Academia. So there you go. Alrighty, time for a fun one. My Nendoroid collection. I gotta be honest, I know I said the Figma shelf is my favorite shelf, but I gotta be honest, these are my favorite figures to collect. I love these things, man. I think these things are just so damn fun, and I love how they look when you put them together on a shelf, and I just think they're so fun, and they're affordable, and they're just awesome figures, man. But getting into the collection, first up, we have Emma from The Promised Neverland. I absolutely love Season 1 of The Promised Neverland. I'm really hoping it'll get the Full Metal Alchemist treatment, and at some point, we'll get to go back, ignore Season 2, and do it right. Adept Goldie Pond and Norman's Hideout and all the arcs that they skipped from the manga. I really, really hope they do that, because I really think it has the potential to be one of the top-tier shonens, honestly. But honestly, even though it's a bootleg, that's still a really great Nendoroid. At some point, I might try and get an authentic one, but it's a really high quality bootleg, I gotta say. Although I did do a lot of things. I changed the bootleg peg out for a official Nendoroid neck peg from one of my extra neck pegs, and I think I also changed the base out for an official one as well. So did just want to say that, but still a really solid bootleg. Next up, we have my boy Rimuru, the Demon Lord Rimuru. I got the Demon Lord one because I have the Figma, and that one is in his standard outfit. I love this Nendoroid, probably one of my favorites, honestly. I really, really, really love that one. I've changed this one quite a lot, man. This one's a lot of fun. Ryuko, my very first Nendoroid, and still, once again, just like the Figma, still one of my absolute favorites, probably just because I love Ryuko so goddamn much. Even though Kill la Kill is not even close to my favorite anime of all time anymore, Ryuko is still easily one of my favorites, and she will always have a very, very special place in my heart, because I just love her. I just love her as a character. And next up, we have Himiko, Himiko Toga right here from My Hero Academia. Awesome Nendoroid. Really, really, really love this one. If you're a fan of the character, I can highly recommend this one. Gotta say though, I don't love the review I made for this figure. I think I could have did this figure a little better in my review, but it's still a good Nendoroid that I really like. Then we have Sheik up here. Dude, I gotta be honest, I know I kind of talked a little bit of shit on Kaguya-sama in the most recent What I'm Watching video, but oh man, dude, Season 3 has actually been kind of fucking amazing. Seriously. The last episode of Season 3, I watched the dub, keep that in mind. The last episode of Season 3, the rap episode, the rap battle one, that might actually be in like my top 3 favorite Kaguya-sama episodes of all time. Seriously, that was a fucking amazing episode, and if the show keeps going at the level that episode was at, this actually might be able to top the Season 1 of Kaguya-sama for me, because I am really, really loving Season 3. And on a side note, man, I know everybody's already talked about this, but the new ending for Kaguya-sama Season 3, the rap battle one, oh my god, dude, that might actually be like a new landmark of animation, dude. That is such a fucking incredible ending. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick break to drink some water, and then we'll be right back. I'm back! Let's get back to it! Next up, we have my actual latest addition to my collection, Nendoroid Beatrice from ReZero, my absolute favorite ReZero character, and I love this Nendoroid. Her review will be coming out next week, so I don't want to spoil too much about her, but all I will tell you is that I absolutely love her. She is fucking amazing, and I mean, that was kind of a given, because it's Beatrice, and Beatrice is my favorite ReZero character, and ReZero is one of my favorite animes of all time, so yeah, I fucking love it. It's really amazing, but I'm gonna not talk about any more about that because we'll let you experience the review next week. Next up, we have Mayuri, and I gotta say, this is probably one of my absolute favorite Nendoroids as well. I love this one, man. I love Mayuri so much. She was by far my favorite thing about Steins Gate. Steins Gate was a great show, but Mayuri was by far my favorite part of it, and everything about her arc was definitely my favorite part about it. And this Nendoroid, man, I just absolutely love it. It's still a little bit sticky. I'm not gonna lie, it's still a little bit sticky. I tried my best to clean it. I did the soaking in soapy water for like 3 days straight. It's still just a little bit sticky. Not a lot. It's still it's definitely way better than it was in the review. It's still a little bit sticky though, but I don't care. It's still one of my absolute favorite Nendoroids, man. I really, really love that one. And then at the very top there, I have my Satsuki Nendoroid. You can also see Puck from Beatrice is also up there, but I have my Satsuki Nendoroid, my final Nendoroid right there. Also really, really good. Yeah, also really, really good. I love this Nendoroid actually. Actually, straight up, this is actually a really, really, really good Nendoroid. I love this little extra piece right here that represent the peak of Hanoji Academy. Very, very, very cool. So that is my final one. So that is my Nendoroid collection so far. Another one of my favorite shelves, definitely. Really, really love this one. And honestly, that's really all there is for the anime figure collection. That's pretty much it. This is my little reserve shelf, which I have right now just to display some figures that I also really, really, really like that I don't want to like put away because they're just really good figures as well. My Your Name figures, I'd like to put these at the top, but unfortunately, I just really don't have the space to. But I would really like to put these at the top because Your Name, one of my favorite movies of all time. I have my extra Kill la Kill Figmas over here. Like I said, these will probably be like the first ones on like my reserve shelf, like I was saying before. My reserve Figma shelf. Those will probably be the first ones on that shelf. And by probably, I mean definitely, because they're already really here. And then I have another Danganronpa figure right here. This one I got off eBay. I just saw it for a good price and I grabbed it because I absolutely adore Danganronpa and I want literally everything that's ever existed ever for Danganronpa. So this is my this is the Sakura Ogami prize figure, and it's pretty good. I do like this figure quite a bit. So there you have that as well. And then in the background, just to make it not so boring, I do have the boxes for my Nendoroids, the ones that just that all have kind of the same design, even though the Emma's is a bootleg, but still, those are just to kind of make some color break up there. And then the next shelf, I have my plushies. I have 2 Monokuma plushies representing hope and despair. Of course, there's a little Killua pin on that. I found that at Target, and I was really into Hunter x Hunter. Wow, when I saw it, so I was like, oh, I kind of want that. It's pretty cool. Still pretty cool. I need to get back into Hunter x Hunter. I sort of kind of dropped it after getting to season 3. Not because I thought it was getting bad or anything. I guess I kind of lost interest in it. I still thought it was really good, and at some point, I will definitely jump back into it, especially now that we know that it's coming back. So yeah, definitely at some point we'll definitely get back into Hunter x Hunter. I promise. I'm sure it'll be fucking amazing. So yeah, but then I have a Ryuko plush because I love Ryuko Shigaraki, because I love Shigaraki. Found that at Target. Absolutely love it. Kind of wish it was the later outfit and not that outfit, because I always associate this Shigaraki outfit, the first one with the hands all over him and no trench coat. I always associate that one. I call him man-child Shigaraki because that's really what he was until season 5 when his arc really came in, and he was already my favorite character, but that arc really cemented him as, in my opinion, like the actual best written character in all of My Hero Academia. So yeah, so we have man-child Shigaraki. We have Overhaul, another one of my favorite villains of My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia has some of the best anime villains I have ever seen, honestly, straight up, so amazing. And then I have some little blind bag figures I got here. I got this Gojo one right here, which is pretty cool. I got these My Hero Academia ones, this Ochako one, which is pretty cool. And then I got a Todoroki and a Bakugo. I actually got 2 of these because I wanted to get a Deku, but I ended up getting 2 Bakugos, unfortunately. And if you don't believe me, here it is. So, yeah. And then the final shelf is just Figma boxes. That's all it is. There's nothing to go over here. Amelia, Aqua, Nezuko, Rimuru, Satsuki, Ryuko, Rem, Naofumi, and Mako. And then I have a little Mew acrylic stand right here. At some point, what's going to happen is the plushie shelf is going to move down to this shelf. This will be my plushie shelf. This will become another figure shelf, probably for my static figures, like the Papa Parade figures and whatnot. Will probably end up going down here because, like I said, I want to put a giant statue at the top. And then this shelf right here is going to be my reserve shelf is going to be my Figma reserve shelf. So that's kind of my plan, is to put this as is to make the plushie shelf this shelf right here. So, but with that being said, that is really it for the anime figure shelf. That is really it. So if you're only here to see the anime figure shelf, that is all there is to it. So if you'd like to continue, we're going to hit up the Transformers collection next. So if you're into that, you can continue. Or if you want to see just the Coffin shelf, like I said before, the timestamps will be in the description down below. Alrighty, it's a new day. The anime shelf already looks different, but we are moving on to the Transformers shelf. So here is my Transformers collection. I collect Transformers because they are fun as fuck. I love them. They are just so fun. I will often I will get home from work. I'll grab one of them off the shelf that I want to mess with. He'll live on my nightstand for the night, and then he'll go back on the shelf at the end of the night. That's kind of how I do it. And yeah, and I will just say straight up for anybody who is still wondering what happened to my Transformers video, why I don't make them anymore. I am now on my Twitter. I make Transformers videos. They're very short, they're very small, but honestly, I prefer that when it comes to making Transformers video. I think I do much better in a very short and small video. And I will also say to anybody who misses my Transformers, to catch you up in case you have not been on my Twitter watching along, I am fucking in love with Legacy. I have basically every Legacy figure so far, and I have genuinely loved every single one of them. I will go as far to say Legacy has the potential to become my favorite Transformers toy line of all time. But getting into the collection, first up front and center, my favorite Transformer figure of all time, Earthrise Optimus Prime. This is my unequivocal favorite Transformer figure. He is just outstanding. I love this figure to no end. We have Origin Bumblebee, my favorite Bumblebee figure I have ever owned. I love that figure. So good. Earthrise Wheeljack, he has an upgrade kit, but without that upgrade kit, I think he's kind of bad. But with the upgrade kit, I think he's awesome. Love that figure. Little Daniel bat down there. Hoping to replace this with the Studio Series Daniel very soon, but did have him right there. Then we have Sideswipe, solid enough figure, pretty decent. I kind of like the Siege one more, but I like the way that one looks more. So I sold off the Siege one and kept that one. Back over here, we have Jazz. I love this mold. One of my absolute favorite molds of the deluxe molds of the past couple years. Earthrise RC, terrible figure. Can't wait to replace it with the new Studio Series one, but at least it looks good on the shelf. Cliff Jumper, amazing figure. Love that guy. Really like him. Honestly, though, do kind of hope at some point we'll get a better one that doesn't have the parts forming back. Springer in the back there, just pretty much just to go with RC, because you can't have one without the other, right? So yeah, that's why he's there. Honestly, I think he's a little bit crowded here. I think if I took him out, it would look better. But come on, I have RC. You can't not have Springer there. Then I have Rodimus, one of my favorite Transformer figures of all time. I absolutely adore that figure. Trailbreaker back there. He's also maybe a little bit too cluttered. I might take him out at some point, but I think he looks cool back there. Ultra Magnus, another one of my absolute favorite Transformer figures of all time. That is Kingdom Ultra Magnus. I adore that figure. I know people don't like it, but I fucking love it. You can like whatever Ultra Magnus you like. This is my Ultra Magnus, bitches. Skids, oh my god, dude. This is actually one of my favorite figures of Legacy. I was actually not even gonna get him. I didn't think he looked good enough to get after seeing the reviews. People, this figure is fucking amazing. This is actually one of my favorite figures in all of Legacy so far, and I have loved every single one of them. Blue Streak, great figure. I'm happy to have one because I know he's pretty difficult to get these days, but yeah, pretty good figure. I don't know why I don't know. He's another one that I might take out at some point because it looks a little cluttered. Then I have Grimlock back there. Absolutely adore that figure. Another one of my favorites of all time. Then I have Blaster from Legacy, another phenomenal Legacy figure. Love that. By the way, if you want reviews of these, if you want quick reviews, go on to my Twitter. Once again, the link will be in the description below. I got reviews for Blaster, Skids, and every other Legacy figure on the shelf that I'm going to talk about in a second here. Grapple, love that figure. Mine has an upgrade kit that makes his all of his hollowness filled out. I'm trying to show you, but the way I have him posed, there you go. You can see his arms are filled out. He has all of his hollowness filled out by that upgrade kit. And then we have Siege Jetfire back there, which I absolutely love that figure. Oh, I didn't talk about the top. I have the core class figures up here. I got Optimus, Bumblebee, Hot Rod. People hate this Hot Rod figure. I really like it. I think it's a lot of fun. Starscream, we got Shockwave. This is another figure, man. I never talked about this guy. The Bumblebee movie core class Shockwave. He is fantastic. He is actually one of my favorite core classes. I love this guy, man. And then Soundwave and Megatron right there. Straight up, I think my favorite core classes are Shockwave, Hot Rod, and Vertebrake, I think are my favorite core classes. Rat Trap's also very very good. And then I have Devastator, that's the Combiner Wars Devastator, and Siege Omega Supreme, another one of my favorite Transformer figures of all time. I absolutely love that guy. And then a couple of little posters back there, hoping to add a legacy to that definitely very, very soon. Hopefully, once I get Menasor, who I have pre-ordered, I mean not Menasor, Motor Master, who I have pre-ordered, I'm hoping to cut the legacy logo out of the box and I'll put it up there, big old legacy logo. Because yes, I do have Menasor pre-ordered and I do have Dragstrip right here. Absolutely love him and I cannot wait for Motor Master. But oh my god, dude, this figure is fucking amazing. Again, another smash hit for legacy, dude. Again, you want to see a review of it, a little quick review, go check my Twitter page because it's up there. Soundwave, love that figure. Earthrise, definitely think we could get a better one in the future, closer to the level of this Blaster, but still a good figure. Siege Jet Megatron, honestly, I don't like this figure at all, but I need a Megatron on my shelf, so there he is. He's a good Megatron, but we need a better Megatron, because that figure's not doing it. Cyclonus, absolutely fucking phenomenal figure. Kingdom Cyclonus rules. Then I have Kingdom Galvatron, another figure that absolutely rules, but oh my god, dude, Kickback came out of freaking nowhere and is one of the best figures of the entire first wave of Legacy. He is so effing good. I can't even believe how good this fucking figure is. He's genuinely one of my favorites of the wave. Run him up back there, love that figure. Then I have Scourge back there, love that figure. I love how he looks on that stand. I just think that looks sick because I love that alt mode, always have, always will. Then I have Starscream back there. He's okay. I will definitely hope we can get a better Starscream pretty soon. We got Reflector back there. Thrust, actually my favorite version of this mold. I love that figure. Then I have Skywarp back there. I honestly just had him out so I could talk shit about the core class one. By the way, this is only the Transformer figures I have displayed. I have boxes of more Transformer figures. Like, just to show you here, if I come down here, these two boxes are completely full of Transformers. So yeah, there's a Hoist and all that. These are just I like these figures and I don't want to sell them. I sold all the ones I didn't want to sell. I don't want to sell these ones because I still think they're really great figures, and at some point they might end up like, I don't know, maybe at some point I'll like switch them off the shelf so they can get turns, but for now they're in boxes and I have about 4. Where are we? Oh yeah, Siege Shockwave, love that figure. I really, really like that guy. Then Siege Astro Train back there. I do have Blitzwing pre-ordered. I know people are talking shit on him. I will be honest, I don't think the alt modes look the best. I think both of the alt modes are pretty ugly looking, but the robot mode is really what I care about, and I think that looks phenomenal. And with the way I have been with Legacy, like literally every single Legacy figure, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, I'll spoil it, 10 out of 10, 10 out of 10, 10 out of, well, that one's already like a 9 or an 8 out of 10, 10 out of 10, man. Seriously, Legacy has been on a fucking rampage. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to love Blitzwing regardless of whether his alt modes suck or not. By the way, there's also some Energon cubes down here. Next shelf, this is kind of my random shelf. This is where I put the figures that I really like. I don't want to put away, but that's pretty much it. I don't want to put them away, but because I love these figures, but they just don't really have a good spot to go on either of these shelves. And first up, oh my god, dude, Laser Optimus Prime is fucking amazing. I love this figure, dude. Oh my god, I have talked so much about this figure on my Twitter page, so if you want to know more, there's probably about like 5 minutes straight of me just gushing about how amazing this figure is. Same with Bulkhead. We'll jump right over to him because it's pretty much the same exact story. Both of these figures are my favorite figures of the wave, so of Legacy so far. They are both absolutely outstanding toys, and you need to own them. Prime RC is also very good. I'm very pleasantly surprised by how good this figure is. She's not absolutely perfect, her plastic could be better, but overall, a solid figure and probably the best RC we've had since the Cyberverse Deluxe. Iguanus, I didn't like this guy at first, honestly, but he's starting to grow on me. I've started to mess with him a bit, and I'm actually starting to kind of like him a little bit more. He's okay. Then I have Exhaust and what's that guy's name? Jackpot. I think those guys look cool together, so I always put them together. Then I have my MMC Tard, one of my favorite Transformer figures of all time. I love that, and I love the DJD. If you have not read the Transformers comics with the DJD, highly recommend it. Honestly, one of the best parts of the entire franchise. Then I have Red Wing back there. That's the Siege Seeker mold. Honestly, I just really like that mold, so I don't want to so I want to be able to have it on my shelf. Vertebrake, another one of my favorite core classes. I just think he's a lot of fun. Nemesis Prime. Oh my god, that has got to be the figure I take off the shelf the absolute most. I just always take that guy off the shelf, dude. Transform him a million times, pose him a bunch, put him back on the shelf. That mold is just a blast to play with, dude. The Siege Optimus Prime mold is seriously amazing. Then we have the Retgar right here. Love this figure. Honestly, though, probably going to be replaced placing him up here with Junk Heap because I think Junk Heap looks fucking amazing. But still amazing mold. Nah. This figure is really, really good, but I really hate how he's I don't know, time hasn't really been good to him, because he's starting to get, like, really loose in some areas. And I have Alicon back there who's solid. Double Dealer, the bird mode is my favorite thing about that figure. I don't care what you say. Yeah, this shelf is really, really cool. But this shelf might be even cooler, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Beast Wars shelf. Aw, yeah, dude. Love this shelf, really. So we have Optimus Primal right there. Absolutely love that figure. Then we have Black Arachnia. A solid figure for the character. I think Tarantulas is probably going to be a pretty big upgrade from her. He looks pretty amazing. And then we have Cheetor right there. Love that figure. Tigatron. Absolutely love that figure. So good. We got Kingdom Air Razor right there. Kingdom Waspinator. Probably my favorite figure on this entire shelf, if I'm being honest. Except for Dinobot, actually. I realized Dinobot is here. Dinobot Waspinator. My personal favorite of the Beast Wars Kingdom figures, man. I think they are the best by far. Kingdom Megatron, also really great. He's got the golden disc, and he's got Rat Trap in his hand there. Also a solid figure. And then we've got Ravage back there. Really great figure as well. Loved him as well. Pterosaur. I finally get to say this. The reason y'all never saw a review of this figure is because he fucking sucks. Fuck that figure. Rhinox, fucking Scorponok. I think that Scorponok figure is solid. I honestly am starting to like Rhinox a little bit more. Yeah, but dude, seriously, this fucking Pterosaur, man, rip all the kibble off of him and just use him as an action figure, because his all mode shit, his transformation shit, honestly, the robot mode is shit too. I absolutely hate the way his freaking crotch looks. Look how weird he looks. His crotch extends like a full inch away from his fucking torso. This figure is shit. Do not get it. It's horrible. Wait for a better Pterosaur. But yeah, that is the Beast Wars shelf. Love this shelf. I just fucking broke him. And I don't give a shit, because this figure sucks. And the final Transformer shelf, my Studio Series / movie shelf. I personally like the Bayverse. The first 3 movies I think are great. The last 2 I think are a pile of dog shit. But the first 3 I think are great. And honestly, I kind of like the look of the Galvatron coming out. I might grab it. It looks kind of fun. But getting into this, honest to God, I gotta be real with you. This series has quickly became my least favorite series of Transformers to collect, because most of these figures are just really fiddly and not fun to play with. Like, I was really excited to get Soundwave, and when I got him, I kind of hate this figure. Like, he's not fun to play with, and his legs are terrible, and his alt mode's terrible. Like, it's kind of disappointing. And just getting into it, Optimus Prime, I hate this figure. This figure's not fun to transform. It's kind of good in robot mode and the posability's okay, but I like to transform my Transformers. And this guy, I can't even remember the last time I transformed this guy because his transformation sucks that bad. Then we have little Charlie down there. I don't even like the Bumblebee movie, but I thought it looks cool down there. Then we have Scorponok right there. Brawn, I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. Most of these are my favorite Studio Series figures. Brawn, Jazz, Leadfoot, Ratchet, and Brawl, and Starscream, Bone Crusher, and Sentinel Prime. Those are probably the figures on this shelf that I actually genuinely like. The rest of these, honestly, are really just here because I dug the character, I guess, like Barricade. This figure fucking sucks, but I love the character, so he's up here. Same with Shatter, really like the character, so she's up here. But actually, this figure is actually kind of good. Don't let me talk shit about this one. That one though fucking sucks. That dropkick, fuck that figure. But I don't know. I don't really like the character either, so he probably will go pretty soon if I need space down here. But yeah, seriously, like all of my favorite figures. All of my favorite figures on this shelf are pretty much over here. Brawl is my favorite of all time. Brawl is my favorite Studio Series figure. I think that figure fucking rules, and he needs a re-release because more people need to know how amazing that figure is. That Bumblebee fucking sucks. Fuck that figure. That Joel, I actually really like this Joel. I haven't messed with him in a bit, but I actually really like this figure, so he gets to be down here as well. That Ratchet's fucking great. I love that Ratchet. I actually reviewed it, although I think I took the review down. I don't know. Maybe I'll throw it back up if you guys want to see it. If you guys want me to throw it back up, let me know in the comment. And then Brawn, I absolutely love him as well. I think his as well might be the same situation. RC, that figure's fine. I think that 3-pack gets a lot of hate for no reason. I think it's a solid 3-pack. But Blackout, nah, he's not the best. He's not the best. And I don't think the Masterpiece looks very good either. Sentinel Prime, on the other hand, oh man, this guy needs a re-release because this is one of the best Studio Series figures by a landslide. And if you're wondering what Jetfire is, that is another one that I absolutely fucking hated, and that one I actually sold because I hated that figure that much. That Studio Series Jetfire does not deserve the reputation it has because the transformation blows, and the alt mode is, well, the alt mode's fine. The transformation just fucking sucks, and I hate that figure. And I'll also show real quick, I've also got the Ark, which is my favorite Titan class figure of all time. I don't care what you say, nobody hates it. I fucking love it. Got this Studio Series Bumblebee. Honestly, he was in the closet, but I kind of wanted to mess with him again because I had there was some Twitter thing going on where people were talking about that one. I told how much I hate it and how much I much prefer this one, so I have him out, and yeah, I don't know. I think that figure's fun. And then lastly, I want to show one of my absolute pride and joys, one of my holy grails, Energon Ironhide, one of my favorite figures of my childhood, and still to this day, one of my favorite toys of all time. I never want to let that thing go again. And I guess to end up the Transformer thing, I'll show down here, it's a complete mess, but down here I do have, I fucking dropped all my shit, come on. I have a bunch of random shit. I have all the trailers from the various Optimus Primes. This is Laser Primes, then we have Earthrise, and then Nemesis back there. There's Rodimus's trailer, and then I'm not gonna pull all this shit out, but I'll just show you. I really love these Studio Series, Constructicons, and I didn't want to put them away because I love them and I play with them all the time, but there's just no space to put all of them down there. I really wish I could at least put some of them down there, like Scavenger, because he's one of my favorites. Scrapper's amazing. Honestly, all of them are fucking amazing, and I love them all. But unfortunately, there's just no space, so they're down here, so I can still get to them easily. And then Hot Rod, he's only down here because they just revealed Legacy Override, and I'm fucking stoked for it. Can't wait to get that figure. It looks amazing. Same with Crumple Zone. Both of those are the same reason. Also a pretty solid old figure. This Hot Shots figure is kind of fine. I know I called him Hot Rod, but it's Hot Shot. And then we have Grimlock. I don't know why he's down here. He can go in the closet. He is good. Don't get me wrong. He's good, but I don't need two versions of the mold out, so he'll go in the closet. And then this Cyberverse RC, one of my favorite Transformer figures of all time. This thing is just so fun, and RC is my favorite Transformers character. And straight up, this is still my favorite RC figure to date so far. Maybe the Studio Series one will change that, but so far, this is still my favorite. Although I do think she's yellowed a bit. So, not a big deal. I love this figure. And then I have the Micromasters down there. Those are my personal favorite Micromasters, Growl, and Bomb Shock. I think they're fantastic. Skylink's another great figure that I just don't have the space for on the shelf, but I do not want to put him away because he's amazing. And I think that's it for that. So let's come up here. And first up, there's Billy from Saw. I'm a huge Saw fan. Saw is one of my favorite movies of all time, if not my favorite movie of all time. It's in competition with Your Name. Both of those are pretty much my favorite movie of all time. Love this, and it even laughs. Yeah, there's just a little voice box in there. So yeah, if you see this in the back of my video and you're like, what the hell is that? This guy is, he's from a movie here. He's from this movie right here. I have this a big, beautiful Blu-ray of this movie. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I know if you've heard of this movie, you've probably heard that it's really gross and nasty. It's not. Only the first one, though. The sequels are, in fact, very gross and nasty. But this one is a masterpiece. One of the best horror films ever made. The sequels, most of them are good, but they're very, very gross, just like you've heard. But yeah, that's that. This is my gaming shelf. This is where all my gaming stuff goes. I actually made this fairly recently, but I think it came out really well, honestly. I really like the way it looks. We have all my games. I am a Kirby fanatic. That is something I really don't get to talk about all that often, but I absolutely adore Kirby. I really want to get the Kirby Nendoroid to put on this shelf, but it's really expensive, and I don't know. I just keep wanting to get other figures over it and other Nendoroids over it, but one of these days, I'm going to get that Kirby Nendoroid, and he's going to go up on this shelf, because I love Kirby. I've got pretty much every Kirby game that's available on the DS and the Switch, so I've got, well, I'll go through all these. Pokemon Y and Pokemon Sun, I'm gonna be real with you, those are my two favorite Pokemon games of all time. I know people like to shit on them, but I thought they were fucking great. Shovel Knight, I hate that fucking game. I bought it because it was there, and I kind of had some, it was kind of a deal where I had basically had like the opportunity to get it for free, so I grabbed it. I still haven't beaten it because it's so goddamn hard. It's a fun game, but it's fucking impossible. I got to the part where the boss rush is, where the Enchantress makes you fight all of the knights in the row, and I just couldn't get through that, so I gave up. Then we have my Kirby collection. I have Kirby Planet Robobot, amazing game. I've pretty much 100%ed all of these Kirby games. Like I said, I'm a Kirby fanatic. Kirby Mass Attack, super underrated Kirby game. I love this one, so much fun. My favorite Kirby game and one of my favorite video games of all time, Kirby Superstar Ultra. This game will bury me with this game, man. Bury me with this game. I have 100%ed this game like 10 times. I adore this fucking game. In my top 3, possibly my top 2, this game rules, man. Kirby Superstar Ultra, just adore that game. Triple Deluxe, another one of my favorites of all time. Probably my favorite for the 3DS. I absolutely love that one. Extra Epic Yarn. I played Epic Yarn on the Wii, but when this came out for the 3DS, I grabbed it, and I think it's even better. I absolutely love this. Another one of my favorite Kirby games, honestly. And then moving to the Switch, I have Kirby Star Allies, which everybody likes to shit on. I thought it was great. I love this game. Really, really, really fun. I loved the fact that they added in like every Kirby antagonist ever to the game, to where you could actually play as them. Like you could play as DeRoche from Squeak Squad, which I'll show. I have Squeak Squad right here. I absolutely love that one. And Kirby Canvas Curse as well. Kind of terrible, honestly, but I kind of have nostalgia for it. Played it a lot as a kid. Yeah, I got you can play as DeRoche. You can play as Magalore from Return to Dreamland. I don't have Return to Dreamland up here, but I love that game as well. Yeah, I love Kirby Star Allies. Absolutely amazing. Kirby Forgotten Land, the brand new one. Finally get to talk about this game. This game was really good. It was a really good Kirby game. I really liked it, although I gotta say, this game is fucking hard, dude. This game was hard, and I don't want to seem like I'm being too, like, babyish about it, because it's a Kirby game, and it's finally a Kirby game that's actually hard, but genuinely, at the end of this game, like, the final boss and whatnot, I was actually getting frustrated. Like, it was really difficult. Like, the final boss of this is actually one of the hardest Kirby final bosses I think that has ever existed. It took me numerous tries to actually beat him. And honestly, pretty much everything from, like, the fourth world on was just really difficult. And I still haven't 100%ed it. That's like the one Kirby game I still haven't 100%ed. And yeah, and that's all my Kirby games. And then lastly, probably just the greatest thing ever, Danganronpa Decadence, all three of the Danganronpa games. No Ultra Despair Girls, unfortunately, which is absolutely fantastic. And then it also has, what was it called? God, what the fuck was it called? Ultimate Summer Camp, which I honestly thought was a ton of fun. I got like 40 hours of fun out of that game. Really good. And then I have some figures up here. I have a Master Chief figure and a Master Chief helmet. I used to absolutely love Halo. I did not bother with the terrible show that came out. So I also have I have those, but yeah, I didn't bother with that awful show because I heard it was terrible, and I heard the guy who made it didn't even play the fucking game. They weren't even like going off the game. They were just making a science fiction show. Fuck that. I am done with Halo unless Bungie comes back, dude. Straight. I know that's never gonna happen, but honestly, dude, I don't really care. Halo is something I loved as a kid, and I still love it to this day because the first three are so. I have so much nostalgia for the first three, and Reach. I love Reach as well. Reach is amazing. So yeah, that's why those are up there. And then I have a Half-Life figure, Gordon from fucking Half-Life 2. Love Half-Life 2. Played a lot as a kid. Absolutely love that game. Reshiram from Black and White. Honestly, one of my favorite Pokemon. I just love Reshiram. He is so cool. Headcrab from Half-Life 2. Bonnie. I love Bonnie. I'm a bit of a FNAF fan. Not too heavy. I'm not that much into it, but I do kind of like FNAF, and I love Bonnie. Bonnie is my absolute boy, dude. Bonnie is my boy, and probably one of the reasons I ever really liked horror a lot. So Bonnie's my boy. And then I have my exclusive Danganronpa Funko Pop back there in a case. I don't like Funko Pops at all. I know this kind of looks like I do, but I don't. I don't like Funko Pops at all. But that's a good Funko Pop because it's Danganronpa and Danganronpa rules. And then on the side here, I just have a bunch of Danganronpa stickers. There's Himiko. We have Makoto and Sayaka. Toko, my favorite Danganronpa character, along with Junko. Aoya, Sahina. We got Chihiro, Nagito, Kaide. And then back there behind that Halo book, that's the Halo Compendium. Love that. Had that ever since I was a kid. And I had a little Monokuma up there. And then I have a little thing right there with Chiaki Hajime and Nagito in the background. And also a little TV right there with that's actually playing Danganronpa 2 on it, which is really cool. And then those keychains back there, which are covered up, which I wish they weren't covered up, are Kaito, Kokichi, and fucking Kibo from Danganronpa V3. So, which is actually my favorite Danganronpa game. So, there you have my gaming shelf. On to the home stretch, we have my horror figure shelf. This is where all of my horror figures went from. If you guys are longtime subscribers still with me, by the way, that is crazy. Thank you for sticking with me for so long if you are out there. This is where all my NECA figures are now. I sold off a lot of them. I won't deny it. I sold off quite a lot of them, but these are the ones I kept because I really do like these figures a lot, man. Especially this one. This is my favorite of all time. He is still my favorite of all time. Jason from Freddy vs. Jason. I just adore that figure. Then I have Freddy, Pinhead, Jigsaw. Love that figure. Also another one of my absolute favorites. Chucky, another one of my favorites. Sam from Trick or Treat. There's Tiffany from Chucky, Bride of Chucky. Annabelle, that's a good figure. Leatherface, that's a great figure. Ash back there, love that figure. Still haven't seen Doctor Strange 2. Really don't give that much of a shit about the MCU anymore. We got Godzilla back there. That's the only Godzilla figure I have displayed. All the others are in my closet somewhere, and I'm probably going to end up selling them or giving them to my sister. So yeah. Then I have my Harley Quinn figure back there. That's my SH Figure Arts one. Kind of out of place place here, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it. Captain Spaulding, Gremlin. We have the Alien from Alien. That's the big chap. Terminator from Terminator. We have Hannibal Lecter, Pennywise. We got some Stranger Things action going on here. David Harbour and fucking Demogorgon right there. And then we have the Fawn from Pan's Labyrinth. We have Candyman, American Psycho, Pennywise 2017, and then my custom Persia figure. Yeah, I still have that. Love that figure. If you want to know more about it, check out the video on it. There's a whole video on that channel. Oh, and then the Predator back there. I forgot to talk about Predator. Not the Predator. That movie sucks, but the original Predator, the good one. And then the final shelf to talk about, because we already talked about that one, is my Yu-Gi-Oh collection, baby. I'm not much into Yu-Gi-Oh these days, but I'll always have a soft spot for it. And no matter what happens, no matter how much I dislike how Yu-Gi-Oh has changed and all the new things and links and all that shit, man, oh god, links are just way too complicated. I just don't get it, man. I can't play with links. I can still kind of hold up with my Cleveland deck. You guys know this is my favorite deck of all time. Don't really feel the need to show it again. I showed it in the last room tour, and yeah, maybe we'll just dive into it real quick. But I feel kind of comfortable with link in link format with my Cleveland. I still do pretty darn well. You know, I'll never ban this deck. This is my favorite deck of all time. But no matter what happens, I will always simply adore Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, which is why there's so much representation on this. You've got my legendary collection right here, which is actually where I keep all of my stuff, my calculators, and my game mat down there, which is also Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds. This legendary collection is still one of my favorite videos on the channel, was me opening this, man. If you guys haven't watched the video of this, honestly, even if you're not into Yu-Gi-Oh!, the video where I opened this, man, is so damn entertaining, because I just get so much great stuff, and I'm just a giggly fucking fangirling over the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5D show for, like, the entire thing. Got another one down there, that's the GX one, and then I have a few of my decks and my Stardust Dragon at Pop-Up Parade right there, more 5Ds love, and I'll pull that off the show. I have a tin right there, that's full of commons. Up back here, this is one of my decks. I think this is my, wait, what deck is this? I don't know. I'll just jump in and see what it is real quick. Oh god, this is my Chronomaly deck, holy shit. This is my second favorite deck of all time, my Chronomaly deck. This is, yeah, this is my second favorite deck of all time. And I did update it with the new cards. I've only played one game with the new cards, because honestly, I thought the new cards were so insanely overpowered that I was just like, honestly, I don't know if I really enjoy this anymore, so I'm not gonna play this much anymore, but I will never get rid of this deck because this is my second favorite deck of all time, and no matter what, I will always love it. But yeah, I did buy into the new cards. I just think they're really OP, and they make this deck that I used to think was really underpowered, but I still loved it a lot, into something that I think is actually genuinely a little overpowered. But I do still have the entire deck, and like I said, I do have the new cards as well, because I did get into them, and they are extremely good, but I just don't like them very much, because they make this deck way too easy to win with. Like, where is it? This guy. This guy is ridiculous. This card is fucking ridiculous. He basically makes this deck fucking unbeatable, and I don't really enjoy it anymore. I mean, I still love this deck to death. Oh god, and this one as well. Oh my lord, dude. They went way too far with these cards. Although, honestly, these days in Yu-Gi-Oh, maybe not. Maybe I'm just not facing the right decks for this deck to actually get its ass handed to it like it did back in the day, but I will always adore this deck. It will always hold an extremely special place in my heart, because I wiped the floor with a bunch of people in high school with it, and it's always just been one of my favorite decks, and I love XCs. XCs are my absolute favorite kinds of Yu-Gi-Oh monsters, and I just absolutely love them. And I guess I'll show off these other ones. This one I think is my Sacred Beast deck. I bought 3 of the Sacred Beast structure decks because I thought it'd be fun, and it is fun. I don't hate this deck. So yeah, I have the Sacred Beast deck. I don't play with it a lot, but it is a good deck, and it is kind of fun, especially this card. This card's a blast to use. So yeah, there's that. What's this deck right here? Looks like, oh, this is my Machina deck. Same thing with this. I bought 3 of the Machina structure decks, and it's a lot of fun. I really like this deck. It's definitely a lot of fun. Again, I don't play with it very much. Basically, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh that much anymore, but if I do, 90% of the time I'm going to be playing with my Cleveland. So that's pretty much the main takeaway here. So yeah, there's those. Back there, that's my binder where all my special and good cards are. All of my high-tier valuable cards are in there. I don't really feel the need to, well, I guess I can show up a couple pages. Why not? Why not? Here it is. This is my binder where I keep all my super special valuable cards. Those aren't valuable, but first up is the page where I keep all the old structure deck monsters. I used to collect these as a kid. As I get the structure decks, I used to collect these as a kid, and I got most of them. I got Flame Emperor, Divinity, all the good ones. My favorite one is Vampire Genesis. I still wish this card was good, man, because I loved that card so much as a kid. I always had a thing for monsters with 3,000 attack points. I don't know why. I just always thought that was so badass. Like, I liked it even more than like the Egyptian god cards. I don't know why. 3,000 was just such a fun number for me as a kid. That's such a stupid thing. But yeah, there's the next page. There's the next page showing you my Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds Love, basically like an entire page of Signer Dragons and Yusei's monsters, and the next one as well. Pretty much just all continuing the Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds Love, Thought Ruler, Archfiend, Fitzgerald, Black Garden. That card's worth like 99 cents, but it's in here. Emergency Teleport, though, that's probably my most valuable card. That card is $25 right now, so yeah. Did want to show that Zeon just to show off that, man. Oh my god, dude, if you've never... Straight up, I mean, I know I'm a dub watcher, and I do dubs, and I hardcore like pioneer dubs, and I think dubs are great. The last season of Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds was never dubbed, and a lot of people haven't seen it because of that, which is absolutely criminal, which is probably why nobody ever talks about how fucking amazing Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds is, because he didn't see the final season with Zone. But all I will tell you is it's the best season of the show, and one of the most incredible things I've literally ever seen in my life. So if you're wondering why I love Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds that much, that's also part of it. It's also just a fucking amazing show. Shut up and watch it. And then right here, I have my two favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards of all time, if you've ever wondered. This is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time. I've told this many times. Weissel, my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time. He's my Dark Magician. He was in every deck I played in high school. In middle school to high school, he was in every single deck. I'm pretty sure it was this exact same copy, too. Continues my 5Ds Love, and he's my Dark Magician. He's 2,500. He has a banger effect. He can pop on the field as soon as it. This was my trump card, man. People actually feared me in school. People feared dueling me because they knew I had this card, and every time they destroyed a monster by a card effect, they knew there was a possibility of this guy jumping on the field and just absolutely ruining everything. He will always be my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time. But my second favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time, showing my little bit of nostalgia for the original series, Obelisk the Tormentor. Absolutely adore Obelisk. He is my favorite Egyptian god and my second favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Card of all time. So they are there to show that. And finally, I will finish off this video by just showing one more time my Qliphort deck. This is my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck of all time, and honestly, this is still to this day one of my favorite possessions I have ever owned. I adore this thing. I have this gorgeous deck box for it, DKG. This is just extra sleeves in case any of my sleeves die, because this is the only deck I really play with. But this is my favorite deck of all time. Me and this deck have been together since 2014. We have gone through every ban list. I have survived the one survived the one scout beta. I survived the no towers. I survived it all. I continued with links. Me and this deck are inseparable. When I die, bury me with this deck. But yeah, I have all three geniuses. Like I said, I do decent in link format because I have this guy. I know how to use him. He's good, but I just don't really get anything else about it. Pretty much, I can hold my own in link format with my Qliphorts, which is good. I win more than I lose, so I think that's good. But yeah, going through it, I mean, 3 scouts, 2 monoliths. I did get secret rare monoliths last time. I had super rares, but I did get secret rare ones just because this deck needs to be absolutely perfect, because it is just, once again, it is one of my absolute biggest treasures. I adore it so much. My discs, got my stealth, my shells, we got my cephalopods, towers, and oh my god, the fact that I can play towers again. So wonderful. Laser clip, man. Sacrifice. 3 sacrifices again. Oh my god, the fact we can play that too. Fucking amazing, dude. Oh my god, man, just looking at this deck again. It's been quite a while since I've pulled this out and actually looked at it, but man, this deck, oh my god, I love it so much. I love it so much. Like I said, when I die, bury me with this deck. I will always love you. And that'll do it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for joining me in this collection tour. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's a new day, and my shirt is once again different. Magic, my shirt changed. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed the collection tour overall. Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. What's your favorite figure in my collection? And yeah, put it all down there, and we'll talk. We'll have a conversation. We'll have some fun. But thank you all so much for watching the video. Enjoyed it. If you did, maybe give it a like, subscribe for more anime figure reviews in the future. And with that being said, this is DK Guillotine. I'm signing out.